All right, performance of the night went to Benito, Umar, Antonio, Mark were fight of the night.
It feels like, and look, we don't have a lot to choose from, but for me, this one felt like the best super boxing event so far. Would you agree? What were your thoughts on the night?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're only going to get better, as we continue to, figure things out, do what we do. Like I said, at the end of this year, judge us on our body of work, I would say.
Are you still seeing production things that you want to change, or at this point is it now moving on to the matchmaking and just differences in matchmaking?
Nah, I'm going to be working on the production for the next 5 years. So, yeah, I won't be happy for a very long time on the production.
When we come in here for the Contender Series, we often talk about the nerves these guys feel like when they come into the Apex. It feels to me like some of these guys don't suffer those nerves. Do you think that's just because they're experienced boxers, or do you think it's because they're seeing an opportunity that's not really available to them?
I wouldn't say they don't feel the nerves. I mean, I think every fighter in every combat sport feels nerves. What I smell in this new world we're living in is opportunity, is what I smell. I think that a lot of these guys, there's all this bullshit talk about boxing and how much money everybody makes and all this other stuff. It's an absolute myth and it's total bullshit. And these guys are now a part of something that's either has never been or hasn't happened in a very long time, and they all feel it. I mean, some of the kids that walk through the headquarters here are telling their people, like, I feel like I'm getting signed by the New England Patriots, or they feel like they're being treated like athletes and they feel like professional athletes. So the more that starts to happen and the more this starts to feel like home, I think you're going to see a lot of what you saw tonight.
In a way, does that almost do your job signing new athletes for you, right? These guys come in here, they get that experience, and then they're going to go and tell other boxers what it's like coming here. And do you expect that over time, everyone's going to kind of want a piece of this, feeling like a professional athlete?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't like coming into these things and talking too much about, but at the end of this year, just watch what happens. I mean, I haven't said anything about Eddie Hearn. Me and De La Hoya are what we are. The WBC, I haven't said anything about. They don't stop talking, the WBC and Eddie Hearn. And all the shit that De La Hoya talks, I mean, we all know he's fucking mentally ill. But, the guy's, talking all this shit, and places in foreclosure. He's suing his fighters to try to stay with him. Has he done a clapback Thursday recently? I would fucking love to see an episode of Clapback Thursday this Thursday from Oscar De La Hoya. But, yeah, I mean, everybody feels it. It's already happening, and it's going to be a fun year.
Do you feel like the more those guys are talking, the more it kind of shows that they're aware of how serious
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. I mean, we're in our third event here, and we're already in 18 territories across the world on television and on Paramount here in the United States, and the list gets bigger every week. I mean, it's 18 right now. I think it was 16 when I told you at Zuffa Boxing 2. So it's just going to keep getting bigger and more and more and more. And, I mean, UFC BJJ is in 9 territories. We just signed Globo in Brazil. Going to be on the biggest network in Globo. I mean, this is what we do. And, these guys are all feeling it.
A couple outsider tonight. Today, Cain Velasquez got released from prison. I know you were a big supporter of him, wrote a letter for him. How happy are you to finally see that issue behind him and him get to go home?
Yeah, I'm happy for him, obviously, to get home to his family and, what they went through. If that wasn't bad enough, the guy's been in jail this whole time. But, yeah.
And then obviously, look, you had the matchmaking for the White House. I know you're not announcing anything tonight, but I'm sure you have a framework and an idea in mind of what that card looks like. What can we expect? How many title fights? What does the White House look like?
We have like 2 different options laid out, and the matchmaking process has already started. So, yeah, we got the White House card done last week.
The card is done already to go?
Yep.
Nice. How many title fights are you able to say?
No.
Okay.
I'm not saying anything.
Hey, Dana, over here.
Yep.
I got a chance to speak to Andre Ward last week in San Francisco out at the Super Bowl, and we talked about the WBC stripping Shakur Stevenson. He obviously had his own thoughts about the sanctioning bodies and that situation. Did you have any thoughts when you saw that was happening?
I think that the guy from the WBC is the greatest PR thing to ever happen for Zuffa Boxing. I mean, that guy should just keep doing interviews every day. Keep talking. It's incredible. Love it.
And then out in Los Angeles, the All-Star game, Jaylen Brown from the Celtics had some comments saying possibly about fighting post-playing career, saying he's spoken to you about that. He said boxing and MMA. Also, Max Crosby. I'm sure you've been approached your whole career about athletes and celebrities thinking they can fight. Are these conversations with Max and Jaylen more serious, or?
I talked to Max last night, actually. You know, these guys are obviously stud athletes, but coming over here is so different. Obviously, if Jaylen Brown and Max Crosby are interested in fighting, I thought Jaylen was messing with me when he told me that, but apparently he's not. And he was training over at the PI. I don't know if you knew that, but last couple days he was over there working on his Muay Thai. Yeah. So I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that these guys want to try to fight.
Could Max Crosby save the UFC heavyweight division?
I don't know. Possibly.
When you think about, you talk about judge us on the year, what do you think, how big are storylines and building characters to you right now, or is it more about just like showing that you can put on a consistent quality product in boxing?
That's all of it. All of it. I mean, you have to put on a good, consistent product. You have to have great matchmaking. I mean, we're doing everything that we told you we would do. And it just keeps getting better. So start tweaking the live events, start tweaking the television product, matchmaking getting better and better. And what we do is we go out and we sign the best fighters in the world, the people that we think have the potential to be world champions, and they all fight each other until we find out who is the best in the world. That's what we do. There's no secret to it.
Well, and after the last one a couple weeks ago, you said that you were a lot further along than you expected. Is that what you meant with the talent?
Yeah.
It was with the talent. Or these conversations with the talent are
the
going
talent
faster
is
than you
flooding
expected.
in. Yeah, the talent is flooding in. Yeah.
Can you clarify? So when you were answering the question about the White House, you said you had two options, but then you said it was done. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we laid out two different options. I didn't say it was done. I said the card was built. Yeah. It's done. I'm not talking about the White House card.
Yeah, for sure. And then, but just one other question about the White House, though, was like, as far as announcing the card, do you feel like, in the media world that we're in, it's enough to just put it out, or do you feel like that is there like some kind of special announcement that we should be expecting, or is it just like, hey, tell people what the card is and the media will do, their thing, or do you feel
we
like
don't know yet. As we get closer, we've been kicking around a lot of ideas, and I don't know. Me and Borsari actually fly to D.C. this week and sit down with the president and his team and start walking them through. Not just the production, but the fight card. We have like 3 different options on all the different production stuff, and see what he likes and what he doesn't like. But let me tell you this: this event is going to be so badass and so unique and so special, and so expensive.
Over here. Efe Ajagba earlier this week said that Charles Martin was a guy that refused to spar him way back, and now fast forward, got to fight him this week. So pretty satisfying for him to be able to go out and do what he did today. So what was your thoughts on that?
He refused to do what?
Charles Martin refused to spar Efe a while back, and then ultimately now they're fighting, and you just saw what happened. So what was your thoughts on the main event, how it ended?
Yeah, I listen, the main event was awesome. I thought it was a great fight. The whole main card was incredible. So, yeah, I don't know about the sparring stuff. Talk to them about that.
Yeah, and Teofimo Lopez was in the building tonight. Paramount showed him on the broadcast. He seemed to be enjoying the fights from start till he left. Is that a guy you guys been talking with, Teofimo Lopez?
I'm interested in everybody.
Zuffa Boxing 4 comes right after the UFC 326, the Holloway Oliveira. It's going to be a big week. I think you guys got BJJ going on as well. It came up in conversation the other day. Since the event is on Sunday, the UFC has their event out there at the T-Mobile. You have the fan experience. Is there any possibility to do like a ceremonial weigh-ins for the Zuffa boxing at the fan experience, since they already have that stage built into with the fan experience stuff?
Yes. You'll be hearing about all that soon, yeah. You'll
That's
hear
great
from
news.
Lene.
That's great news. And I guess just the fans tonight, I think that was the first time I think that's the loudest I've ever heard it in here. Did you feel like tonight was probably the loudest it's ever been?
Yeah, it was. The energy in here tonight was great. But usually when you get great fights, you get great energy. So
Yep. And the main event was definitely fun, but what was your thoughts on the co-main event and actually the Benito fight?
Yeah,
I thought those fights were incredible.
unbelievable. I agree. The whole main card absolutely delivered. Great fights. It was a good card tonight. The whole card was great. Yeah.
Mr. White, Elaine here. 3 fights in, excellent matchup. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, most of the fights tonight ended in a stoppage except for one. What has been the biggest pushback that you have gotten from the traditional boxing establishments?
What's been the biggest pushback? There hasn't been any pushback.
Okay.
This is like beating up babies. I feel like I came in and I'm beating up babies. I expected more. I expected some pushback. I expected some, I don't know, them to be more game. They're all way out of their league. Like, absolutely, positively out of their league. I'm actually a little shocked.
I think we're all shocked because, you are coming in here making a lot of noise and, like you said, the president from the WBC could not keep his mouth shut at this moment. A lot of boxing politics say that, a league like, what you're bringing up right now is kind of preventing the biggest fights from happening. Do you believe that your structure eliminates that problem?
Well, listen, at the end of the day, you guys are supposed to be the experts on what's going on and like I said, I'll lay out a body of work this year, and then you can judge me by how this thing plays out. But, everybody knows that this thing's been broken for a long time. I said what I was going to do. I didn't say anything. I've never said anything bad about the WBC or the IBF or any of them. I just said I'm not going to do business with them. I'm going to do my own thing. And then I saw, Eddie Hearn saying that the belt is cringy and all this stuff. I don't think anybody looks at Eddie Hearn and says, "Oh, this guy's a visionary," or the guy's been in boxing forever. I look at him like most politicians. You've done nothing in the sport except stay in the lane and play by all the rules and ride right along with but you ended up becoming part of the problem is what happened. And I don't want to sit here and smash Eddie Hearn or anything else, but Eddie Hearn works for his dad. You know what I mean? He works for dad. And, I don't think he's come in and ever had any type of vision, whereas we do. And we're gonna change the entire sport. And I understand the people who are the status quo in boxing don't like it. But it doesn't mean they can't still do their thing. If your thing is as good as you think it is, and you are as good as you think you are, then do your thing. Good luck to you. I'm going to do my thing, and they're going to do theirs.
Absolutely. I feel like your message going forward has always been the same. Do you, and I do me. And a lot of people saying that centralized boxing under one structure gives way too much control to one entity. How do you respond to that concern?
I'm not concerned about it at all.
Okay, the last thing, you don't have
the
to
sport. The sport has been out there for over 100 years, and there's plenty of guys that are involved in the sport. There's plenty of money in the sport. Eddie Hearn and his dad have a lot of money. It's not like they can't compete. They can't compete because they don't know how to compete. There's no vision there. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. And listen, I'm sitting here, my 3rd fight in. I'm either right or I'm wrong. We'll find out. I keep saying it over and over again. At the end of the year, judge us by what we've done this year. We're 3 fights in, and people are asking all these questions. And this Suleiman guy is incredible. He's incredible. He is absolutely, he's the greatest PR guy for how fucked up boxing is of all time. He's incredible.
Hey, Dana, over here.
Yep.
Oh, right. First and foremost, congratulations. It looked like a great night tonight compared to the first two. It seemed like they were growing tremendously. Two fun questions. First one, just wanted to get your thoughts with Terrence Crawford and Buckley. I know these questions about boxing and MMA guys.
Terrence Crawford and who?
Buckley, I don't know if you saw, they kind of...
UFC Buckley?
Yes.
Boxing?
Well, he kind of mentioned that Shakur Stevenson's fight wasn't like as entertaining because he didn't go for like the knockout. He wants to challenge Terrence Crawford for boxing. They started tweeting a little bit. You know, I guess Buckley told, you know, if it was a real fight, he would kill him. You know, just, you know, the whole MMA boxing stuff.
Are we still talking about this shit?
I just had to ask because it's been all over the place, you know, just the concept of...
Well, I didn't know anything about it, and I'm not thrilled that you told me about it. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows how I feel about that. Mm-hmm. Crawford and Buckley boxing, or Crawford, who just made fucking $55 million, is going to go street fight Buckley?
Well, I don't think he was implying that he would. Just kind of, I guess.
What's that?
He wasn't implying that he would do it, but it sounded like Buckley was challenging him, saying that he was MMA was the more superior of the two. So you're in the boxing world, so I got to ask.
You win the dumbest question of the night award. Congratulations, sir.
Well, all right. One last question.
Let's see if you can redeem yourself. What do you got next?
I got a good one. What do you think about Mayweather suing Showtime and the?
I don't know anything about it. I've seen it. You know, I'm not a big fan of the Weasel myself, so we'll see how that plays out.
Sure.
Dana, clap back for Oscar.
Oh, I can't. No, I have no clapback. What more could you say or do to Oscar De La Hoya right now? I mean, this guy is beautiful. The fucking the ship is sinking like this, and he's talking shit all the way down. So you're telling me there was no clapback Thursday, this last Thursday? That's weird. He's been so consistent. Where is he? I hope we see one this Thursday. I can't wait to watch it. You done with me? Good night, everybody.